It's fully threaded radio, Unthreaded.
This Unthreaded edition of the podcast is a conversation with Marcel Goebel. He's CEO of the Goebel Group, which includes Goebel Fasteners, longtime partners of the podcast. And this is yet another conversation I've been looking forward to for a very long time. Hi, everyone. Eric Dudas with you again. As you'll soon hear, Marcel Goebel is a lifelong fastener guy, distributor, manufacturer, innovator, and entrepreneur. He's also a fitness enthusiast, world traveler, and family man. It's a great conversation. The title sponsors of Fully Threaded Radio, of course, Goebel Fasteners, Brighton Best International, and Star Stainless. Fully Threaded Radio is also sponsored by Buckeye Fasteners, BTM Manufacturing, Eurolink Fastener Supply Service, Andries International, Cresa, InSequel Software, Fastener Technology International, J-Lan Franco, MW Components, Solution Industries, Volt Industrial Plastics, and Worth Industry USA. One of the things I found very interesting in this conversation is Marcel's comparisons between doing business in his native Germany and the U.S., where he took the company in 2016 and recruited Christian Reich, who's the CEO of Goebel Fasteners here in the U.S. Many of you know him. You get the backstory on that. But during the course of that discussion, I was very interested to hear that he's experienced many of the same challenges building a solid workforce. That was something I guess I wasn't really expecting. Marcel lays it out. And we also talk about the World Rivet Congress event that he threw earlier this year to launch Goebel's huge new rivet manufacturing facility. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for listening, everyone. Here's my conversation with Marcel Goebel. Marcel Goebel, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Hi, Eric.
Well, you're the CEO of the Goebel Group. At least that's the formal title that you've got. I've just known you as Marcel and watched you grow, and it's been a great thing. And I'm so glad that we're able to sit down today and let folks get to know you a little bit better.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
It's been a few years now that we've been connected, and it's, again, been very thrilling for us to watch you guys grow. I mean, we've sort of been doing so side by side. And looking at the Goebel website, I can see the history. You've got it laid out there. And just very quickly, I guess we'll get to the point. How long have you been in the fastener industry, you yourself?
Eric, I started 1995, so it's roughly 30 years ago in the fastener industry. So the company was founded 1979 by my mother and my uncle. And before we had a screw production close by. Yeah, and everything started from that.
Okay, that answers the question. I knew there was the family tie-in because obviously the name. So that was your mother. Very interesting. And your first product was screws.
Exactly. We were well known for tapping screws and self-drilling screws. So we manufactured that before we started 1979. And from 1979, we took really a focus also on riveting products like blind rivets, closed-end rivets, peel-tab rivets, high-strength rivets, and also the setting tools for that. Yeah.
So people think about Goebel Fasteners today, and of course, you're known as the rivet source. I always wonder how people get into that. How did you get into rivets? Was there a particular need in a market that you were serving, and that's how you got into it?
Yeah, the rivets, especially rivets, were, how to say, used in sheet metal applications. And so everything has started with the self-tapping screws for sheet metal applications like tubes for power stations, refineries, oil platforms. And there were also a need for rivets. And from there, everything has started with the ordinary or simple ones with the open type rivets. And we became more and more a specialist for other kind of rivets and applications. So we have seen their need and developed that. And so that was the beginning of the things we are doing now. We have the whole range. Yeah.
Okay, and then fast forwarding to 2016 is when you broke into the North American market. And of course, the majority of fully threaded radio listeners are in North America. So that's where the story begins for them, but this is the background. And in learning about Goebel and your history, many people have told me, or likened it, I'll say, to some of the stories of these early small companies that begin in a garage, which I love these stories because they're stories of people starting modestly, and then with your World Riveting Congress last year, we're going to talk about that in a second. I mean, it's just incredible the progress you've made. And then we'll get to talking about your vision also, which is equally impressive. So fast forwarding all the way from these humble beginnings in a garage, which you can feel free to elaborate on a little bit, to your World Congress last year. I mean, what a ride.
Yes, yeah, that's true, Eric. So when we were kids, and we have started, or my mother has started with my uncle. So everything has started with roughly 20,000 euro. So that was everything we had in the pocket. Yeah. So, and we had not a warehouse or an office. So everything has started from the scratch. So we had these screws and rivets under our bed, in the living rooms or in the garage. Incredible. And during the night or the evening, we assembled also in front of the television screws with washers. So because we had no machineries or something, so we were very simple start. Everything started in the garage, and after a while, of course, we had to progress forwards. So we did the first rental, another garage, and then another garage. So everything has started garage by garage. When we had no more space to grow, so we have decided to move to another place, but also with garage. So it's fantastic. So I heard many stories from others that it starts from the living room or at home. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. It's a classic story.
Yeah. Yeah. And from there, we had really a hot ride. So you can imagine when we were picked up from school by mother. So my brother and me at that time, so we were picked up and directly straight to the company. Yeah, so we're grown up there in the office, in the warehouse. We played around the fasteners. So that's maybe also a lovely story, because many people ask us, okay, why you feel so comfortable with fasteners? Yeah. So when we hire, for instance, ladies, let me say, and most of them ask me, okay, why you have so much passion on fasteners? Why you don't sell shoes or something? So that's more fantastic for me, and fasteners are so boring. No, it is not. It is not.
Yeah, obviously, it's in your blood. You don't have to explain that to this audience.
Yeah. I think if you are in the fastener industry, it becomes a passion. And for many years, we have also decided to go back with manufacturing, and with the manufacturing stuff. Yeah. So you become more closer to the product as ever before. And you have daily challenges to manage technical things and so on. And if you're once in the fasten industry, it is like you cannot move out. If somebody quit by a company or something, usually you see him after a while by another company. It looks like it's a family or something. Yeah.
So let's clarify. In those early days, you were a distribution company. It sounds like you were doing some kitting, or at least some repackaging. And then what you're describing now is your evolution into a manufacturing company. Do I have that right?
Yeah, exactly. So in the 60s, we manufactured screws. But then when my uncle and my mother, so they established Goebel. So we were originally a distributor. Yeah. So with screws and rivets, but also accessories like drills. So in the very beginning, we had a lot of related fasteners, but then we, took focus on special fasteners, and we repacked that. Yes, it was the very beginning, but we branded early our products with Goebel, and In the very beginning, we were more located in Germany. Yeah? We had not the branches all over the world. And we had the German mark or something. The borders were not there. We had no internet. We had the telefax. So all these kinds of stuff. So in the very beginning, and that was a long, long way where we are now. Yeah.
So when did that international expansion begin? What year would you put that at?
Yeah, there was something, how to say, that called the globalization or something, that word. Yeah, exactly. And then we heard about the internet. Okay. there, were, there were a possibility to connect each other around the globe. And then everything has started. Yeah. So there were possibilities to communicate with other manufacturers around the globe. We have started, the first branch was in the Netherlands. So it's very close to Germany. It's at the border, but also afterwards we have started in France, then in Poland, and then also we had something in Norway. But the big thing, what we did was 2016, when we made the big step to the United States. So that was really, how to say, our big journey in life, I would say. Yeah.
That was a big and bold move that you made. How were you feeling at that time when you made that expansion? That was taking a very large risk, wasn't it?
Oh, I was overwhelmed, excited. Really, I traveled only once in my life to New York with my former girlfriend. I was also overwhelmed with everything. Wow, exciting. And when we moved, or how to say, when we made the decision to go to the United States, so most of the guys ask us, okay, why you figured out to go to Houston, Texas? So I can tell you something. In Europe, we are usually also well known as a supplier or premium supplier for all the refineries. And in the United States, there are 70% of the refineries are in Texas. So that was the most reason in the very beginning to go to Houston. But I had really no idea. I was super nervous, and excited, I would say, overwhelmed about how big everything is, and very, very friendly. And we directly moved in a big building, and that was super exciting. And then from there started the story to find the right people, the right guys.
Yes, and this is going to lead us to a big move that you made when you discovered the current CEO of, I guess, your North American operations, Christian Reich, who is the guy who reached out to us right after you started, I guess, when you were trying to get your name out there and everything. And what a guy you found.
Exactly, Eric. To be honest, he is a man, and he's driving the business. So when I met him first time, that was at the OTC 2016 in Houston. So the oil trade show, exactly. He was also a young guy at that age. And I was a little bit older. Now I'm 52, but he was really a young guy. And I had really luck with him. So we made a big journey, and in the very beginning, so we had no customers, we had nothing, we had the vision, and he was a guy who trusted in me, and I trusted in him. So, and since that time, we are really, really good connected, really close friends, like father and son or something. And he's really hardworking, and he has driven the business to where we are now. Yeah.
Well, that's proof right there, because you've made great strides. Everybody knows Goebel today. And I have to say that everything that you do, it projects an extremely exciting professional look. And it's more than skin deep, because you've hired a lot of the good people. Your team of reps is outstanding, and the product is known for its quality.
Yeah, exactly. We are. I'm very glad, really very glad, and it's always when we have met us in Vegas last time. So it's like to come home. Yeah, we lived for a while in Houston, Texas with my family. We traveled there. My wife lived for 13 years in the States, but to go to the States and the name is now branded everywhere makes me super proud. It's it's much better as in Europe, believe me. So when I go to the big shows here, yeah, it's fine. But if you come to the States, yeah, I like that. I like the fastener industry. I like how Christian has moved that. We have certain sales reps for us and with us. Let me say, it's like a team. It's very family driven, and yeah, we do a good business with them. It's fantastic. It's lovely. I like it very much. Yeah.
I remember when I first met you years ago, you were a lot less confident in your ability to communicate in English. And I have to tell you that I'm impressed with anyone who can go to a foreign country and operate in the native language. And in my experience, at least, many German people, well, Europeans in general, have a much better command of English than Americans do of, you name the language, German or any other language spoken in Europe, you know? And I have to say, you've obviously learned a lot. How did you refine your English? How did you approach it?
Yeah, I think the best thing was to improve that when we were living for a while in the States. So we made friends there. I was always interested in the language. Yeah. So for instance, with Christian is funny. Yeah. So sometimes, because he can also speak German, so that's fine. And sometimes if he really wants to speed up the communication, he's talking in English and I'm in German. So we mix that up. Yeah. And to speed up the communication. And yeah, it's a fantastic language. So we learned that at school, but you know, at school to learn English in Europe or especially also in Germany, I guess, is not that easy. There exist other European countries, for instance, Netherlands. So these guys speak English much better. But I have improved that for a while when we were living in Houston. My wife, she lived for 13 years in Los Angeles and Florida. So we like to talk in English at home. My little daughter is attending international school. So she's much better as me now. She's always, oh, Dad, the pronunciation, you must do this way and that way. She's 11. She's 11 years old. It's so funny. And she has a much better vocabulary as me. So, and we do that because we were thinking maybe we will live in the future in the States or something, and we need to prepare our kids. I have a son, Elias. He lived for 9 months in Australia. His English is also pretty better as mine. So, and yeah, he's also starting and told me in my life many times, Marcel, the pronunciation. So I have 2 kids with very good English. I have another daughter, Lena. So 3 kids. So I'm a family man. And yeah, if we have chances at home to speak in English, so we do that to improve it as best as we can, Eric, as best as we can.
Yeah, well, you're doing a great job. And I have a friend who is from Cologne. He's a younger guy. I guess he's early 30s these days. He speaks perfect English, better than a lot of Americans. And I asked him how he learned. He said he watched obsessively every episode of Seinfeld.
That's also good. Yeah.
Again, the internet is really helping with all that because we have almost world culture now with social media and so forth. Talk a little bit more about Elias. He makes lots of appearances at the shows with you and travels widely with you. What's he doing and what's his role in Goebel Fasteners?
Yeah, Elias, he's working since 6 years in the company. So he has studied engineering, and yeah, his idea was to move to Canada. Yeah. And I told him, if you go to Canada or you go to the United States, believe me, you will not come back. So I've tried to give him a job in the company. Yeah. And yeah, he's working since 6 years here, and he's in charge for marketing. That was in the very beginning. But now with the manufacturing, he's in charge for a lot of technical stuff like drawings, developments, and so on. He's not working at the machineries, but he's in charge for mostly for technical stuff, technical drawings, developments. So he's very good at that. Yeah.
I would think that with an engineering background, now that you've moved into manufacturing, it would be right up his alley.
Yeah, especially now with the manufacturing, what we establish here in Germany. So there are a lot of daily challenges, and you need to speed up if you want to, to be faster and quicker as shipments from Asia, for instance. You need to develop products faster, get the toolings, the wire. That is our big advantage at the moment. So we are very flexible, and he needs to develop very fast many kind of rivets, other stuffs, and so on. And he's doing pretty good in that. So very technical driven, like his dad.
So what year was the first time you guys made it to the Vegas show? Because I think that was when I first met you in person. Do you remember?
Eric, yeah.
17, 18 in that zone?
Yes, exactly. 17, 18 in that zone. Exactly. Yeah. So that was the first Vegas show. Overwhelming for sure. First time in Vegas. My God.
Well, I bet you'd been to the Stuttgart show many times. How do you compare and contrast? What's the feeling of those shows in comparison, would you say?
Yeah, it's the Stuttgart show it's pretty big for sure. It's also a big fastener show, but it's more conservative. Means there is not the after show party or something. You have not something like what you do now with the golf. It's like how to say, after the show. Usually you have a drink or something. It's not everything at the show directly. So everything around, with the pool party opening and so on. It's very different to Germany. I think here it's or to the big show in Stuttgart. So this is more like you go to the show, you make some leads. Afterwards, you give the leads to your sales guys, but the socializing is not the same like in Vegas. So this is like the Fastener family or something. I like it very much. I complained it a couple of times here. Told the guys in Stuttgart, hey, listen, if you really want to make it better, check that out. What they're doing in Vegas, for instance. Yeah, but it's maybe culture stuff here. I don't know.
Right. So when you got to Vegas, what did you think? I mean, you hinted a moment ago that it was a little overwhelming. What was your big takeaway? I mean, what did you think when you first got off the plane and you saw the strip?
Oh my God. Yeah. What you said already, overwhelming. So I guess we walked the whole night there. We went in a couple of casinos. I'm not a big gambler, but I have to say there's no way if you go to the hotel or everywhere. There's a lot of casinos, good food, bars and everything. There is nothing what you can compare here in Europe. I haven't seen that before. So the first time I was really overwhelmed, sleepless, I would say.
Well, that's saying something because you're a world traveler. I mean, you're a cosmopolitan kind of a guy. So, but Vegas is definitely unique on the face of the earth, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I heard that they will move to Phoenix next time. Is that?
Yeah, that's true. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I was before in Phoenix, also at the trade show in my life, what you mentioned earlier. So I traveled really to many places in my life, also in the States. And Phoenix was hot. I remember it was hot.
Yeah.
Not bad. It was hot, different, desert, but also pretty nice.
Fair comment. So that's a contrast to the fastener industry in the US and in Germany. What other contrasts do you notice? I mean, starting off in a garage modestly in Germany, as I said before, it's a little bit of an eye-opener, I think, for a lot of people here in the States, because I don't think they really have much of an idea or a feel for it. There isn't the same distribution model over there, is there? I mean,
in the US, we follow strictly, and we do strictly the business only with our sales distributors. So we have authorized distributors. So Goebel Fasteners is doing no business directly. So we only sell the products to the distributors. So we go out with the distributors to specify, for instance, the products by the OEMs. That's it. And then we sell it to the distributors and they sell it to the customer. Yeah. In Europe, it's a bit different because we came from the end user business in the very beginning. And so we have both models here in Europe and Germany. And that is pretty good running. So it's accepted in the market because that was from the beginning. But with the manufacturing, we are moving back to sell more to the distributors because manufacturing means we are more focused on the manufacturing. We do it for the distributors. The distributors take it in stock and sell it to the end user. So this model is more and more on focus, and so in our future as well here in Germany.
From what you've seen, do you think that the model in the North America is changing at all? Or do you think that it's going to remain that way going through distribution and so forth?
Personal as a manufacturer, so we believe very strong in this model. So that means we can take more responsibility on manufacturing and developing, and so with our distribution partners, so they are much better as we in marketing and communication with the end user can pick up the technical need, or let me say applications, and they are daily by the customer. So it's a great model. That's why we try to implement that also more and more here in Germany for the European market as a manufacturer and follow this model. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your migration or your evolution into a manufacturing company, because this is a huge thing for you. About when did you start getting really serious about building out Goebel into a manufacturing powerhouse? Because you've made some giant moves in the last few years.
Yeah, Eric. So we had, I think we had all these experience during the pandemic. The pandemic has shown us how fragile supply chains are. So we were also manufacturing a lot of our products in Asia, a couple of here in Europe, but we followed also the globalization and built up production plants in China, in Taiwan. So I traveled all my life to Asia. But when we had this pandemic running around the globe, so the supply chains were disrupted. And we had the first time in our life the feeling, okay, we can't get the products on time, and also our customers. So we were pretty lucky because we handled it pretty good at that time. So we had good stock, but we wanted to prepare ourselves for maybe something else coming up in the future. We don't know. So Elias and me, so we were sitting together and we had the chance. We got an offer to buy a production plant from Spain, a smaller one. A family stopped with that. So during the pandemic, we flew to Spain, and we paid for the machineries. And finally, we were lucky that we arrived in Spain and we found the machineries. That was also something because we were not sure. Yeah. And we invested, first of all, in that. So then we took all the machineries by trucks back to Germany, and we started the big refurbishment of the machineries. So with process control, toolings, and everything, that took roughly 3 years with the setup. And I can tell you now, finally, we are very happy. That's the first year we are manufacturing, and so we can manufacture roughly 250 million pieces per year. That's our first step, what we did. And we invested in much more machines. So there will come a lot of more machines by beginning of next year in January. Multi-station machines. We want to become a big manufacturer. We believe in that. I talked also to Christian many times. So once we are, deep in the manufacturing here, so it's also an idea to set up something in the States. Yeah. So we have bigger plans for that.
Okay, so you jumped ahead and you answered a big one. I am really glad and interested to hear about that. Any timetable for that?
Yeah, so 2026. So we will how to say we will get in 9 further multi-station machines, more nailing machines, thread rolling machines. So then we will develop, for instance, lock bolts here or rivet nuts, high strength rivets, and then we will start with standard rivets. So that is our idea in 2027 in Houston. So this is the rough, let me say, model, or let me say the schedule, and start with some machines and so on. We have then enough experience with the manufacturing, and the return of investment can become much easier and quicker. But of course, what we face here, I guess it's everywhere the same, to find the right skilled people. So that is something, I don't know how it is in the States, but I can tell you here, you must find people who are really willing to work hardworking, make their hands dirty, and so on. It's quite a challenge. But once you are used to run the machines with the right people, you can pretty good grow with that. Yeah.
Well, this is a major theme in the North American fastener industry, Marcel. There's a big challenge for all manufacturing companies to find qualified, willing people to take those roles. And it's very interesting that you mentioned this. So you're saying that in Germany, you're finding a similar situation. How long has it been like this? Because Germany used to have the reputation as an absolute industrial powerhouse filled with willing workers. When did that change?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's something I talked also to a lot of friends of mine who also have companies. So looks like after the pandemic or something. So after pandemic, we had personal feeling to find the right people, skilled people, people who are willing to work. I don't know, something has changed there. It's my personal feeling and what I heard from other guys. And so, yeah, Germany was maybe well known in the at the globe for hardworking people, but a lot of things changed. And but I think it's not only in Germany; it's all over Europe. What I can say, maybe the younger people changed to, it's maybe not, how to say, sexy to work on the machine. It's maybe more like to go for the social media stuff, internet, and so on. It is different. This is noisy, it's dirt, and so on. It's maybe something younger people don't like. I don't know exactly, but it's my personal impression about that. Yeah.
So what's your strategy for finding people then? How do you do it?
Yeah, it's hard. We are going to schools, for instance. We invite schools in early stages. We work together with universities to find engineers. We do something in sport clubs here. So with promotion, we support with jerseys and so on. We try to show them that we are, how to say, a company in this town or area who can, how to say, provide very good atmosphere. Yeah, that is something we are certainly not alone. It's a lot of a lot of companies fighting for good skilled people. I guess you need also to give them some special benefits. Yeah, so it's not only to give them the water or something for free or the coffee. Yeah, it's much more. Yeah, you need to treat pretty well. You must lead younger guys. You must give them some prospects for the future and so on. So, and to find the right skilled people or people who wants to work for the company, it's quite challenging. It's a daily challenging job, believe me.
Yeah, benefits is one way for sure. A lot of companies have floated that. And I think I saw on LinkedIn some time ago, you had a post there with one of your German operations and you had a few fastener dogs out front. That was good to see.
Yeah. We are very, very dog friendly family, I would say. Yeah. My son, I think he started with a dog to bring it in the company. One guy from the purchase department, from the HR, from the sales. Yeah, so it's lovely. So they bring the dogs to the company. I think it's also, how to say, makes a little bit more, how to say, funny in the atmosphere here and so on. It's not that stiff or something. Yeah, always, yeah, work, work, work.
All right, I love that. Yeah, for folks who didn't know about that, see, now you've just endeared yourself to another stripe of the fastener industry, because there are a lot of fastener dog lovers out there, I guarantee you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are there trade associations similar, say, to the IFI that we have here in the States? You know, I just did an interview with Dan Walker, executive director of the Industrial Fasteners Institute, and he is running a apprenticeship program for the purpose of getting folks in the door and getting them trained up. And well, we'll see how it works. It's a great idea. It's a long time coming, and here it is. Anything like that in Germany?
Yeah, we have one association for fasteners, but I think it's quite different because what you mentioned, look to LinkedIn and how you are linked together also as associations. I know from Christian, he's also a member and he's also in the South Fastener Association in the IFE. So I guess in 7 or 8 associations in total, MFA and so on in the United States, and looks like that you guys doing that pretty well. So it's come together. You have content and 2 or 3 days. You have at site also fun stuff and so on. So the community, it's much different. Usually here it's more like to come together, talk about problems, and try to find solutions. And then everybody's driving home or something. There's not the socializing stuff, and I think it's a human thing, and so we can learn from the States how to implement that. But here it's quite different. It's very serious, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, once again, it sounds like a difference in culture there. And you're right. Christian has done a magnificent job of representing Goebel Fasteners in all the associations. The regional associations here are quite strong. And of course, we have the NFDA for distributors on a national level. Goebel also very well represented there. So good work on that front.
Yeah. Christian is traveling a lot, and he's doing that pretty well. So he's the face of the company, I would say, in the States. He's everywhere, and also with sales reps together. I know that with Threaded Radio, Eric, you are supporting also Goebel Fasteners since a long time, and so we are also very, very thankful for that. And so yeah, it's how to say, if you really want to make business, I guess it's very important to listen to the industry, to be well connected, to understand trends, because we are all sitting in the same boat. And what I feel personal, even you are maybe a competitor or something, you're even talk to each other. There is not something, how to say, that you have really you really come in trouble with somebody or something. So I like it very much. It seems to be very open, fair, and there's space for everybody, and everybody is doing a great job. And that's my personal feeling, what I figured out when I was in the States. When I compare that to Europe, it's more like, yeah, competitors also talking about or talking to each other, maybe, but also looking to each other and about if they can catch some customers from the other one. It's it's different. It's like to be fighting every day. It's a bit different.
You know, getting back to Christian and his showing up everywhere and traveling around, it's kind of funny because when you first get to meet him, you know, he's a man of few words, or so he seems. You know, he doesn't speak extensively about anything. He's always got so much going on, though. You could tell his mind is always working. And sometimes I'll say something, he already kind of came to that conclusion. We just didn't have to really air it out, and everything's just cool, you know?
Yeah. He's a very intelligent guy, I would say. Some people said he's holding his cards very close to his chest or something, and but I like it personal. He's a great thinker. He has a great team in Houston. To lead the team. And so, of course, we are also talking about the daily things, yeah. So, you can imagine, especially in the very beginning. So Christian and me worked very close together, and so he became a true leader. And there are also some, how to say, a lot of decisions he's free to make it by himself. So it's not that, how to say, he needs to ask me all the time about anything. I told him in the very beginning, if you can manage everything by yourself with a team, great. So you don't need me to ask, okay, we need another desk or something. It's a very, how to say, trustful relation we, or the whole company, has to Christian. Yeah. And when he started very young, for him was a lot of responsibility, I guess, to manage, but he did it very, very good. And he's not a big talker, but he's a very sharp guy, I would say. Sharp like a knife, and what he's telling, he's doing. When he's let us know that he wants to manage things, yeah, he's doing it in a straight way. Even, how to say, he must work 48 hours or something. he's working on that. He wants to make it happen, and he wants to become, how to say, he wants to build out the brand. He has great ideas, so we also learn from each other. And he's a very trustful person, very, very trustful person, loyal person.
So he is a CEO in practice, not just in title. That's great to hear. And he's definitely grown into it. Well, you're probably aware that he also made it onto the Tough Mudder team and impressed a lot of people with his physical prowess, and that's something that I notice every time we get together. Somehow you and I always wind up at least mentioning our training and all that. And for all you do, for all of the travel that you do and all of the things you're involved in, and you work a lot, you're in great shape. How do you do that?
Yeah, I heard. Thank you, Eric. But every time when I see you, I'm very impressed about you. Really impressed. I want to touch your muscle and say, "My God, he's becoming a Hulk." No, it's interesting. I think it's very important to keep yourself fit, and so I can tell you a story. So my wife, she complained a lot when I was training after work. So what I did, I flipped that. So I said, okay, in the morning I can wake up 4 a.m. So I go to the gym. Yeah, we have a private gym in the company. So I said to her, okay, I will start in the morning. So I will be there from 5 to 6. And when I come home, nobody miss me. You are sleeping, you cannot complain. And that's great. Yeah. So I flipped that and started in the morning. And for me personal, I found out that's much better. I heard something about the 5 a.m. club or something. So people stand up in the morning, go to training, and it's good for the physical and everything. So to clear up your mind. And it's true. If you made yourself prepared for the day, start early in the morning before the first guys enter in the company. Yeah, you are since 3 hours awake, checked yourself out, have maybe started to think about what you do at the day, and you're already in. And fitness is it's something like a passion for sure. I like to eat. it's maybe something else, and and with the sports stuff, you can compensate that. I like to go boxing here in our gym. I like to lift up the weights. There's not a real particular training plan at the moment, but with my age, 52, so I like to be, how to say, feel fit. And and I can also feel it if I don't do that for days, let me say. Yeah, then my body reaction is like, you must do something. Yeah, you got too nervous or something.
Oh yeah, you can't let moss grow.
No, you get addicted to that, and also even when you travel. So the first thing when I pack my luggage, I ask my wife, okay, where are my sports clothes, where are my shoes, and so on. And it's something if you are used to do that and you miss that, then you feel not balanced or something. So my family know that, but it's still, I must go in the morning, otherwise they miss me. So we found a good way.
Well, as long as you can manage your time to pull that off, and it requires discipline, but the discipline then becomes a lifestyle. And obviously that's where you're at. Well, very good. Good work. Keep it up.
Yeah.
I got to tell you this, there's several guys in the industry who are in pretty good shape, and they're a little further down the road than you. So if you ever need inspiration, you keep saying you're 52, but there's some of us who are looking back and going, well, keep it up there, Sonny. I know you can do it.
Yeah. That is also something when you remind me. So when we were in Vegas, so usually the industry is also staying in the same hotel. So I met a lot in the morning of the fasteners guys in the gym. Yeah, I was really surprised. Really surprised. So many of the guys doing workout in the morning. Yeah, so that was good. I was not alone. I was, they had the first conversations in the morning about fasteners in the gym. And a lot of people also from Eurolink, the shirts. So I've seen a lot of these shirts there. So that was a good idea. And so the community is doing a lot of workout, I guess.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Good for you. Well, we got to get you on the mud team one of these years too. I know you know about it, so you're invited.
Yeah, I have seen that. I have seen you guys. They really, and we will see. Christian asked me already. Maybe next year.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to put you on the spot. You got a lot going on, but you're always welcome. So with all the things you're jamming in, it's really no surprise that you're able to be doing the things that you are. And one of the big things recently was your World Riveting Congress. I know that you invited people from all over. I wish I could have been there myself. There were a lot of people from the U.S. Tell us about it.
Yeah. Yeah, when we started with the manufacturing, or the idea was manufacturing. So Elias and me, we were sitting together, and I talked also to Christian. I said, okay, I guess it's time to do something differently. So it's all about, to bring people together, to share experience. Yeah. Not to keep technology only for ourselves, and let everybody knows how rivets are manufactured. Yeah? So then we said, okay, we should do something like a big conference. And then I picked that up, and also with Christian, I said, maybe we can call it out like the World Riveting Congress. It's a big name. I said, it's a big name. So, I said, why not? So it's, when we can guarantee that the setup is great. So then we are, we can use also such a big name. And we were working on that for more than 1 year. Yeah. So we had a lot of great speeches, and that was in total over 3 days. Yeah, so from more than 20 countries, we had people here, the folks, and from US, from Canada, from Brazil, from Czech Republic, from Poland, from Denmark, from all over the world. And well organized, also with my family. My wife, Julia, was working pretty hard on that, with my kids and so on. Everybody was involved to do something. And we booked the hotels. We made a big program. We had the politicians here. Our mayor was here, and in the end, of course, we have presented it, our production first time. So that was the first time at the Riveting World Congress to see how rivets are manufactured from wire. We had the wire guys here because wire is not wire. We had the tooling guys here. We have shown on 3D how rivets are working by 3D and so on. A lot of things. We made a new showroom called Riveting Showroom. Yeah, with all the tools inside, robot technology, battery tools. And at the end, that was something I copied from the States, the golf tournament. It's the last day. Yeah. And because that is not very common here in Europe or Germany.
Yeah, if I would have known that in advance, Marcel, believe me, I would have sent you a 30-pack of warm Bush Light for the booby prize, but go ahead.
Yeah, we missed you, Eric. We missed you. But how to say, we will surely do another World Riveting Congress. That was the beginning. That was the first one, very successful. And so over the 2 days, there were also a big U.S. truck here from. It was not from Peterbilt. That was another one.
It's a Kenworth.
Kenworth, exactly. Yeah, Kenworth, a big American truck. These American trucks served in Iraq for the US Army, and a German guy bought it, and he was refurbishing the truck. And we had the great chance to give him some fasteners for free. Yeah, that was the G-grip. It's a complete full stainless steel lock bolt system that is very unique in the market. So we invented that, and he has used it for the truck, for the trailer. And there was a huge American truck. And you can imagine if the American truck is rolling or driving in our little town. So all the people were at the street were looking to that, because this is that is not how to say what is very often, or let me say that was maybe the first time. Yeah, people have seen an American big truck here in our town. And that was so big. So we have also put some fences away here to cut it and grind it down to put the truck in the right place here. Yeah, so people had the chance to get some technical details about how to fix, how they use that, and then also to touch it on the truck. Yeah, so that was pretty sure a highlight here at the WRC last year. And so Christian did it also very well in American and in English. Yeah, so we had not only in German for sure, we had it also in American or English. And we have tried to set that also up in French. But finally we said, okay, we go with English and German. And then of course we had also nice evening all together in a very, very nice event location to Düsseldorf. We were roughly 300 people there inside. Everything was, sponsored by the company. So, and we had a great come together. Next day is a little bit headaches, so we moved with the buses to the Netherlands. We played in the Netherlands golf.
How far of a drive was that?
That was roughly 1.5 hours away from here.
Okay.
Yeah, so we drove by buses, and with a big group. Yeah, and then we played there in the Netherlands. And the funny story is, you play not only in the Netherlands. When you kick the ball, there were some courts where, let me say, the ball flew also to Belgium, and then you played at the other border, back to the Netherlands, and so on. That was great. We had luck with the weather, and so finally, we had also a great evening after that come together. So that was something I learned from the States. Yeah, so with the golf tournament, and great, absolutely great.
Well, there were very nice photos on LinkedIn that I saw, and I will make sure that in the show notes for this episode of the podcast, we'll put those in there so listeners can go back and see that, because it was very impressive, and I look forward to it if you have it again in the future. By the way, the Kenworth, you wouldn't probably know this, it's a local name, but in the States here, the truckers call those K-Whoppers.
K-Whoppers.
K-Whopper. That's kind of the CB radio name for them.
Okay. Sounds good.
Right. Well, what was the upshot of the WRC then? Were you looking to generate new business? Were you just looking to build the whole network? I mean, what would you say was the main takeaway from the whole thing?
Yeah, the main thing, I guess, or let me say, was for sure the network, to bring everybody together. So we had also, it looks like under the hot competitors here. So we were very open to share everything. It was very important for us to share ideas, technical ideas, to make everybody in the end like a professional rivet distributor, or that they know how rivets are manufactured. Great ideas were born for toolings and so on. So we had great discussions afterwards. I saw that really like a conference, not only to promote Goebel as a manufacturer or supplier. So at the end, it came out by a couple of good things. For instance, with SmartCert, we had SmartCert here. They have also presented everything, and that was great because nobody in Europe has seen that before. It's a great product, and I can tell you, the guys here love it. When we manufacture our rivets, so everybody can scan that with a QR code. So I guess that Lonely found also more customers here in Europe for the products. So we wanted to open also possibilities for others to make new business. So, and I guess also for automation and so on. So it's not that Goebel, wanted to make the business. So also to give our friends opportunities to find new customers. So that was a great idea, I guess. And in the end, everybody was happy. And when we had the great evening there at the special location in Düsseldorf, which is very close to here, I asked all the attendees and asked, okay, do you want that we make a second WRC? And everybody was yelling, yes, for sure. So, So
raise your Kilsch glass.
Yes, exactly. And so, we had great success and a good time. And especially also because at the moment, I think for everybody is challenging. It's a challenging time. And good vibrations or good feelings, it's very important for everybody. And so we all had a great time. And it's not all the time about the business. So, and we are well connected till now to everybody who attended the WRC and built up a great relation. It's great. Absolutely. Also private. I know that some of our guys traveled to others, became friends. So, and stayed there for holidays. So it's quite interesting how that turned out. Mm-hmm.
Says a lot about your philosophy overall, and congratulations on that. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Hey, I'm going to close out our conversation with a question that'll come a little bit at an angle to business, which I know you'll appreciate. You travel all the time. You've been everywhere. Where do you go on vacation?
Yeah. We love. My wife is Italian, and but she lives in the States. When I asked my little daughter, she always asks me when we go back to Houston. She likes the States as well. So my wife asked me many times, okay, so we need to go to Italy because of my family. So usually we like to stay at the summertime. We go to Italy, to Lake Garda. We personally feel it very comfortable there. My wife cook Italian food, and we like to eat Italian as well. And so we stay there usually in the summertime for 2 weeks and enjoy that. You know how it is. My wife preferred that. I have my daughter. I have another daughter. She's also traveling with us. Elias is he's independent. He's old enough, so he's traveling by himself. But how to say, before the pandemic hits us, so I was traveling close to a half of the year, and that was exhausting at one point in my life. Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that was really, how to say, a lot. And I'm very grateful that my family supported that. So when we were living for a while in the States, for instance, So, and supporting Christian a bit, let me say. And that was good that the family was traveling with me. Yeah, so that was a great experience in life. And but it's also hard when you are traveling alone. Let me say the family is at home. So I appreciate that a lot. That how to say, we have really good team, and they're traveling a lot and doing all these jobs. I'm still like to travel, but to be honest, yeah, with a great team, yeah, you can also become a little bit more calm at the it's okay, I guess, with his age. So younger people moving forwards have maybe a lot more of energy. So, and, but it's interesting and very exciting. And I'm very thankful that I had a chance to see so many places. Most of the people think, okay, you are traveling to Asia. Ah, what you have seen? Yeah, productions. So it's not
Factories, right?
factories. Yeah, it's not that much space left to really to have a study about everything. But of course, there's a little bit around that gives you some space to have a chance to go on the tip of cultures and so on. And it's very interesting.
Yeah. Well, you've invested a lot, you've sacrificed a lot, and you're starting to see the payback. And a lot of people are impressed. I'm impressed. I admire what you've done. I'm so glad we've had this opportunity to bring some of this out. I hope folks know you a little bit better than they did before.
Yeah, thank you very much, Eric. I have to say we know each other almost close to 10 years, and you have seen the strong growth of Goebel fasteners in the US. It was sure, let me say, it's always when you want to achieve something, you must believe in that, and you must work for hard for that. I think it's everywhere. It's the same, and I'm very great and thankful that we made it, and the brand is built out, and the products are well known. The quality is it's in very good quality to reasonable prices, so that we, how to say, can even grow in these challenging times. So that means we made it not so bad. And so also last year, I was very proud when I heard from Christian that he got the award for it's called the fast growing companies in the United States. We achieved the place 1,304 or 40. And that was great to see. So I really have given Christian my thanks to that, and that makes me very proud. And if you really believe and strong working, so you can even achieve things. And so I think that is a good example in life. So you can make things happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the picture of him in his tuxedo when he received that award. That was fantastic.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll put some of these links in the show notes so people can see a little bit about what we're talking about. But once again, I so much appreciate that you've been here. I've enjoyed the time. I look forward to seeing you again. And I'm going to end it this way, Marcel, the way that I say it during your spots here when we plug you on the podcast. That is Go Goebel.
Go Goebel. That's great. Yeah, I like it. Thank you very much, Eric.
Fully Threaded Radio is a production of Fasteners Clearinghouse.